Hi everyone, welcome back to T's Journey. My name's Tanya and this is my journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for the next video. And also, please make comments below. I really appreciate the comments. It encourage me, and I thank you for your support, everyone who's supporting my channel. And I hope to grow it. So don't forget to share. But today I'm going to be talking about multiple streams of income. I know I've been running and doing different things, and I am going to get back to the cooking because, like I said, I got several things I cook. How the house is coming along with the Airbnb at the lake and the farming and solar. But right today, I want to talk to you about multiple streams of income. With inflation ahead of us, prices going up. I know people are saying, "Oh, wow, it's going to be a struggle." It don't have to be. You don't have to make it a struggle. There's multiple streams of income where you can make extra income. I'm going to go down a few, but there's multiple ones where you can make money instantly and a whole lot. It's really how you put your time and effort in it. And I tell people that when you're doing your own, how much you earn or how much you make really totally rely on you, how much you want to put into it. If you decide to go with a multiple stream of income or another income outside your regular income, do all your due diligence and do your research, and also focus on it and commit to it and see, and it will blossom and grow. Trust me. So the first thing we'll talk about is real estate. Real estate has, that by itself is a segment by itself, but I'm going to just touch on it briefly because I don't want to make this too long. So I want to briefly talk on the possibility of making money in real estate. One is you could become a licensed realtor, which I am a licensed realtor since '95, and where you can do retail side of it. And I know with these high interest rate, people say, well, the housing is about to crash. This might be the case, but just remember this. For realtors and anybody, you can make money on either way. It's just how you have to shift your marketing and what you attract. If the housing do crash, which is cyclical, it does this every 10 to 12 years. But and I've been in since '95, so I went through like 4 cycles where it was down when I came in. I was a HUD VA foreclosed specialist. Then it went up to a seller's market. Then it crashed back down where my daughter and I became a short sale specialist. And in modifications, there's a lot of things you can do. Then it went back up, and now it's about to go back down. It's just cyclical. It just does this. But at any rate, even as a license, a lot of people get licensed during good times. So when the bad times do happen, they don't know how to deal with it. So I so happened to get my license when it was a gluttony of foreclosures, which I'm thankful for because it gave me the courage that when the market turned good, it was like a breeze for me. So it's just the matter you staying ahead of the market, following the trends, so you could be a licensed real estate agent, or you could do investments. Now, if you do investments, there's many ways you can do it. You could do the wholesaling where you flipping, where it don't even have to be in your name. You don't even have to touch it. You could do what we call you could just do assignment of it, or you could do there are a company that do transactional loans where you can do it. You can put in your name briefly, and that same day it's sold. If you don't want the other person to know what the profit you're making up off of it. So there's wholesale flipping, and I know what people say with this market. Remember, if the market do crash, this is a great time to start investing in real estate because you get the properties penny on the dollar. Because every time I bought in a down market, and I got my properties at great prices, and then immediately they showed up, so I don't lose value. Even like when I got my lake house, I got it for almost what it's worth now. It's like 3 times what it's worth now. And let's say the market crashed. Even if it crashed and doesn't crash it all the way down, because like I said, as it crashed, it does go down, but never down to a lot of times to original price. When you first could be able to buy these at cheap prices, it goes down sometimes dramatically. Even if it goes down to half the value what it's been appraised for this November, guess what? I'm way still ahead of the game because I bought the property at a down market as a short sale. My first property I bought in Reston, I bought it as a VA foreclosure. Again, when I bought that one, I'm able to share that one because that one is gone and sold. I bought that at $167, and it was an townhome with 4 to 5 bedrooms because you got a bit in the basement, could be a bedroom den, and with 3.5 baths. and it was an in unit, and I bought it for $167. By the time, and the height, it was at 575 or something like that. When it crashed, the least it went down to was 365. So you see how you still here to the game. My investment property, I got it in Roanoke. I got it just before the market took off. I got it as a foreclosure for $25,000, and it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, possible 5th bedroom, and it's worth, I'm gonna say 4 times that now. And but I hold it as a rental. So like I said, you can wholesale buy investment properties at this time. I even got properties on tax sales. I got a property in Front Royal in tax sale. And they actually went online now in Virginia. Now that's another segment in itself. Tax sales. Now, tax sales, I had so much lined up for this one, so I might have to do a part 2, so this won't be a long video because I haven't even scratched the surface. I'm just on the real estate side, and I could just go on about that. So I think I'm gonna have to make another one where I'm talking about other stream of income, but these are the multiple stream of income in real estate alone. And like I said, real tax sales. Now you have tax sales all through the United States, but some of them are tax lien and some of them are tax deed. There's very few tax deed states. I love a tax deed state. I bought my property in a tax deed state in Front Royal. Now, Virginia is a tax deed state. That means you bought it, you own it. It's no redemption period. And I love that because you're not, even though some people might want the interest. Now, other states like Maryland, I have invested in, I tried the tax sale in West Virginia. I bought 2 properties for $500. But it's a tax lien state. So what happens is they have 18 months in that state. I'm only talking about Virginia, West Virginia. They have 18 months to redeem their property. So although you buy it on the sale, the people have 18 months to redeem it, but they do pay interest. And it was so long ago, I don't remember what the interest is. I want to say 16%, but 16% on 500 isn't much. But I wanted the property. I really wanted the property because I had plans. Well, the first property, they immediately redeemed it. The second property, I was like a month out before it expired, and the county started writing me, telling me, go ahead and go with the deed, go get the deed, go do everything I need to, hire a lawyer to do the closing and everything. However, they said that I can get reimbursed for the money. The person redeemed it right before it was due to expire, so therefore I just got the interest on that. Now, Virginia, with the tax deed, you only have to seek for a lawyer because all that is included. After the sale, it's like literally it goes before the judge because sometimes the price isn't as much as they want it, so you're going way below if nobody bid on it. So they have all of them, they have to get approved by a judge, and that's usually 2 weeks after the sale. And then 2 weeks after the sale, they send you a letter saying, "Hey, it was approved. You got this much time to give us the rebalance of the money," because they just want an earnest deposit. They say to get us the balance of the money. You send it to them. They literally sent me a deed in the mail. And that's one way. Then you got rentals. Like I said, you can buy it to rent, to get that passive income, which I have some rentals. Then you got short-term rentals. That's Airbnb, Verbo, things of that nature. Traveling nursing, which I'm getting into. And like I said, as you know, that's a phone call. I meant to put that on mute. As I said, as you will see that as you will see that the traveling nurse, I'm trying to get into traveling nursing too. That's guaranteed money. I like that. And that's, you know what kind of clientele you're getting. And my sister was a traveling nurse and briefly, so I'm aware of how that works. But you got short-term rentals where, like, that's what I'm working on my lake house for, where you can make a passive income like that with that. But I'm going to flip it over to short-term for nursing as well, because like I said, this economy, we don't know. I can't be a predictor of it. This is not financial advice. I don't know. So I'm just covering. I always tell people have multiple strategies. Another one is rooming housing. Now, that one you have to talk to your local counties, your municipal, to find out what the rules are with that. What I mean by rooming, you can rent out rooms. Let's think about this. Let's say you got a 4-bedroom house and it rents for $1,500. Now, if you rent out 4 rooms at $500 a piece at the minimum, but you know what the rent's going up, let's say $500 a piece. That's $2,000 worth $1,500. But again, you could do certain types of rooming house. You can do 55 and older rooming housing or senior rooming housing. There's another one. You could do the senior living and have someone who can monitor the home, rent out a room, depending on how big it is. Say, hey, I'll give you a room for free to make sure everything stay in order. So it's really how you can do it. It's so many things you can do with real estate. You can get into RITs. That means if you don't want to get into it as far as physically want to deal with it, there are stocks that's called RITs in your portfolio. It's a lot of things you could do with real estate. I love real estate, and you have so many options in making income, passive income or active income, where you have to do something to get the money, like wholesaling and flipping. You could flip, like I said, you can buy it, fix it up, and then flip it and sell it for a higher price. Or you could just do a wholesale where you assign it. The difference between wholesale flipping and flipping. Flipping is you buying a property, putting the money into the work, and you flipping it and getting the money yourself. Or you can do the wholesale where you find a property, and I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm giving you low numbers because that's easier. If you find a property for $100,000 and it's worth $200,000, and if you find you have an investor who's looking for homes to flip and get a large rate of return, how you find this? Join your local investment club. There are investment meetings all over the United States, in every state and area. Just look it up. Just do a online and say investment clubs or meetings and meetups, and it's free. A lot of them are free. You can just meet the like-minded people. Again, surround yourself around like-minded people who y'all get creative. And as I was saying, so say you find a house for $100,000, you don't have the money to buy this $100,000, but it's worth $200,000. But then it needs about $25,000 worth of work. So, and then holding costs and everything, that it comes to like 35, 50. I'm gonna say 50 total, because it's easy number. So now it's really $150 is going to cost that investor for that home, because but let's say you want to make a profit. Whatever profit you want to make it, you sell it to the investment, adding that profit in. What I mean by that is, so let's say the investor say, they'll tell you the minimum I do is $20,000. I want $20,000 or more on the investment. So if you got $100,000 home worth $200,000, but the seller says I want 100. If you talk them down to like say 80, that's even better. But let's say you stay at the 100. Just giving you the 100. The new investor wants at least $20,000. So really, you have $180,000 right there that you can possibly not sell a house for $180,000, because you got to take in consideration holding costs, fix up costs, but you can fact and say, okay, at least he has to have the minimum of everything coming to $180,000. So let's say if we had $100,000, $50,000 for a holding cost and fix up. So we're at $150,000. So that leaves a $30,000. Say you said, well, I don't want $30,000. I'm gonna give this a break. I only need 10 or 20. You can say, okay, I want $30,000. So you take the $30,000 difference and say, hey, I want $30,000. So what you would go at that investor with is, after you do your due diligence, a lot of times they want to see the pictures. Once you learn how to determine what is the fix-up cost, and you do a great take great pictures of everything in the house so they can see it, and you saying to the seller, hey, I want to buy your house. This is how this will work. I want to buy your house, and I have partners, because we call them our partners because they are in essence. I have partners who are really interested in this, and we're really interested in buying this house, and we can close within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. However, I want to give you $10, $100, because again, you always should go at a win-win situation though, because that's just good karma, and that's just how it should be. So if you say, well, I'm just giving these low numbers because it's easy to say, I'm gonna give you $100 as a earnest deposit. Hope that you're tying up the house, and say, we're gonna sign this contract, but we can sign this contract that I'm buying it with a possibility of assigning it to my assignment. What that means, you're gonna sign this contract to someone else. They may not know it, but say this is with a possibility of assignment. So then what you do is you wrap it up for $100,000. You go to your group, and say, hey, I got this property, this great property that is valued at $200,000. But now remember, you want $30,000, and it says I'm selling it for $130,000. The repair cost is about 25. So they know they're at 155 at this point. They said the repair cost is at 25,000, and I guess holding costs, whatever differences they might come. They may have everybody have different holding costs. You got holding costs and costs associated with that means your realtor fees, because if they fix it up and sell it, and how much it costs for the holding of it in terms of hard money lenders or interest, however they getting their money. But let's say, okay, I got this property, I'm selling it for 130, it's worth 200,000, but it's $25,000 worth of work need to be done. So there's a spread of this amount. That's the difference between the 130 and the 25. That's 155, which leave 45. And they said, okay, I might be 45. Yes, I'm doing quick math. 45,000. Saying, remember, they want 20. Said, so that leaves a spread of 45, but then you have to add your own holding costs to consider this. If you're interested in it, contact me. We're looking for a quick close. And a lot of times they call you, say, hey, I'm interested in that deal. Then you can set up a time for them to go see it with the seller. You say, hey, look, I got my partner coming to see it, and I'm coming over. You could go with them, or you can instruct the seller not to discuss anything with them, that you're going to discuss it, or you can hold an open house. Sometimes they allow you to hold an open house for that. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot you can do. And then with that, now mind you, only $100 out your pocket thus far. Now, if they could do, so okay, I'll go with it. A lot of investors understand. So when you do the assignment, you assign it over and you put a contract to them, not to the seller. Sometimes so it can go to the title company. Hey, I'm selling to 130, but it's 100 here. There's a 30,000 that comes to me. However you might do it. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with them knowing what you're getting, you got transactional loans, and they look at the transaction, not your credit. And what that is they look at, say, especially if you got a buyer on the hook, you're only doing a 1-day transaction where they might charge you a percentage. Now you have to factor that in your money. So some things off the phone, as I was saying about the transactional fee. So how that works is, like I said, it's just for 1 day. And of course you got to factor that cost into, because they do charge a little money for that transactional fee. Again, it's not according to your credit, it's according to the deal. So what that means is, if the deal is good and they see you got a good deal and you have a bona fide buyer on the hook, like seller buyer, they say, okay, fine, this is good. We'll give you the money for 1 day. And sometimes if the closing don't go on that day, they do stretch it out to 2 days. It might be a little longer. I'm not sure, but I do know companies that do transactional fee, get them all the time. Hey, we do a transactional loan. And what that means is, like I said, so they might charge you like a percentage, a little interest, like I'm just giving, these are low numbers. Remember, I'll charge $1,000 for you to hold that money 1 day for even 1 hour. Because what happens is, a transaction is you close with that seller for that 100,000. Then you turn around in the next room or a couple of hours, close with that new buyer for 130. So now neither one knows what you paid for or sold the property for, unless it becomes public record, because now your name, and the only thing is it does hit your name, so you become a chain in that title. But like I said, because it was out of the seller into yours into this new buyer, so you become a part of chain in that title. But again, neither parties know what you bought or sold for. What you bought it for, on this side here, and what you sold it for on this side here. So like I said, but then you have closing costs on both sides. So you got to factor all that in your costs. So like I said, if you're selling it for 130, you're not going to get 30,000 at this point, because now you have to take in your fees. So you might only get 25,000. So, but still, that is good money. I know people who have gotten it done and closed within 2 weeks and got this money. Some sell it for 1,000 or 5,000 for an assignment fee. That's what they call it, assignment fee. When you just assign it and it doesn't hit you don't do the transaction. That means you're just finding this good deal, and you passing on to this new possible buyer, and you say, hey, look, I'm getting it for you this amount, but I want at least 5,000 for assignment fee. And you have that contract between you and this new buyer here, and you make sure, but I would make sure it's part of the transaction, like it's kind of like a memo to the deed, so you make sure they don't try to squeeze you out. It's a lot you have to do or trust them. But again, you also have to check into your state. Each state and county have their different laws with this. Some states don't like this wholesaling thing, period. So you really need to know in whatever state you're in, look for the law and look up the law and make sure you're working within that realm of the law. So again, this is not financial advice. This is something I do or I'm familiar with, because I have practiced some form of this investment in real estate somehow, some way, and this is personally how I went through it. And again, and you can make, like I said, you can make instant money on quick money. It really up to you. Or you can make passive income. I'm into the passive income, so I like the rentals and I like the short-term rentals. So I like that idea better. But again, like I said, I had so many other stream of income, but I got so much into the real estate. You can see I love real estate, so I got carried away with that. So I'm going to end this video because we really have gone too far further than what I wanted to. But if you would like to hear more information about real estate and investing in it or becoming a realtor, please comment below and I will do another video, more in-depth video. But I'm going to end this. In the next video, I'll talk more other streams of income, like signing, mobile notary, how you can put your notary to you, Fiverr, editing skills, writing books, courses, day trading, shopping, being a shopper for other, Uber, Lyft, Amazon, eBay, selling stuff, which I'm going to get into, because by me trying to declutter the lake, I'm going to be selling off a whole lot of things to try to make money. Again, you see Rick? He's out there doing some farm work. Again, I thank you. This is T's Journey. My name's Tanya. Thank you for coming and joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for the next video.